few of those. I put it on the shelf for a long time. Then I figured out how to take guitar lessons. And I did take guitar lessons about 89. For a few years I did that. And I put a bunch of my songs together, quite a few of them.
So you started as a poet?
No, I started as a lyricist.
Oh, okay.
Because it was originally meant for songs.
Right, okay.
A poem is not necessarily meant to be a poem that you could make into a song. But a lyric was originally meant for a song.
Okay. If you take Mannheim.
Mannheim.
Yeah, and then
I started as I went along. I started figuring different things. You know, I said to myself, you know, I got a better chance of running for president of the United States and being the president than I have on getting one hit song. Not only that, but I got better ideas how to take care of the problems if I was the president. So I would ask me questions as if I'm running for president. And I had a higher percentage of people that liked what I had to say than anybody that was in the public eye by far. So I figured, well, I think I'll just throw my hat in the ring. So I did. In 08, I was on the ballot. Come to find out, I was only on the ballot in the state of Illinois.
Oh.
But to this very day, I think, believe, and feel that I was the real president because I have a real birth certificate and I can prove it.
You have a what?
And I didn't concede as the other candidates did. Because I didn't concede as the other candidates did, and I have a real birth certificate and I can prove it.
Oh, because the...
And I know how to prove it, and if Obama can't prove it like I know how to prove it,
then you should be president.
Then, therefore, I was the last one standing. And even if I was the most unknown, only on the ballot in the state of Illinois, I still got votes, and therefore I should have been the president. And I should
that would be pretty awesome.
I should be able to sue for back pay and damages.
That's pretty awesome.
If I could get a lawyer to take my case. People are settled in their mind that, and here's the thing, nobody wants to be I said,
that would be cool.
Birther and crazy is not one word. It seems like every time you hear the word birther, you hear the word crazy right next to it. And I said, just like it's wrong and illegal to practice medicine without a license, it's also wrong and illegal to practice being a psychiatrist without a license.
Right.
Nobody wants to be a crazy in the eyes of one person or more than one person.
Right.
And here's one reason why. This is just one reason why. Let's just say somebody's asking for it, and that person responds and says, "Oh, you mean that crazy?" All of a sudden, that person, they think in their mind, "Oh, forget it. I didn't know he was crazy. If I would have knew he was crazy, I wouldn't have even come over here."
Mm-hmm.
So it may be the end of the story. Won't look for the psychiatrist to see if he was really crazy. It will be over because they don't want to take a chance on being that the guy was crazy.
Right.
So I call that an intimidation method. But it's effective, but you got to point it out sometimes.
Right.
So here's how to prove the birth certificate.
Yeah, I was wondering how you prove.
Here is how you prove the birth certificate. And here's how I came about to find it. When I first saw Barack Obama's birth certificate in a magazine, unfolded, I looked at it with an eye, because I figure he's going to be he's one of my contenders. I was looking at it, and I was...
This is when you're still running?
Yeah, I was on the ballot in the state of Illinois.
How many signatures did you have? What did you have to do?
Technically, you needed 2,500 signatures, I believe it was back then. In order to be a Democrat or a Republican. any other candidate would have had to have 25,000 signatures.
Okay.
But I was running to be on the new party ticket because I just picked it because it was available. I didn't have any idea what they were, but I knew who I was, and that's who I would have been.
What differentiates you from
What?
Barack and Romney? What's your?
I like Romney better than Barack Obama because he's a very capable businessman.
Right.
A very capable, and he has a life that he made money on, and not being a community organizer that. But I'm talking about. But I don't want to talk about Romney because I like me better.
Right. No. So what's your big? What was like the center of your campaign? What was your central idea or a couple of big?
Actually, back then, I had an idea for my platform. I actually had a platform that was the John Joseph Polachek bumper car styled automobile vehicle highway road system. I was thinking about something like a bumper car type highway.
Okay. So you could bump each other.
That works with hybrids.
Okay.
That was what I was thinking as a platform back then. And I got other things now that I like better, but that was back then. The thing that how to prove the birth certificate, I found that over 99% of people didn't know this, and I found out by stumbling across. And here's what happened: turn of events. I saw Obama had that birth certificate, so I said, they're going to want to see my birth certificate, and I want to have an unfolded one like his.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I'm going to have to go down and go to the hospital where I was born. And I was born in the Swedish Covenant Hospital on the corner of California and Boston, in the neighborhood of Ravenswood in Chicago.
Yep.
And I went down there and I told them I was born in this hospital April 29, 1957. And I want to get my long form birth certificate. And they told me that first birth certificate that you get, you only get that one time. And it's a souvenir. You have to go down to the Bureau of Vital Records to get your long form birth certificate. So off to the Bureau of Vital Records I went. And that's located at the Daly Center right here in Chicago. And at the time they wanted 2 picture IDs, and I had them. $15, you get your birth certificate. You can get the long form, short form, or a white form. I got all of them. I got a picture album with them in it. Also, I got one from the currency exchange. Along with, I also have my old birth certificate, and I have one that I put in plastic that really couldn't make a copy very well, they say. But anyhow. So, I got my long form birth certificate. And I figured, and for $4 extra, you get an extra one. Every time, $4 for every extra.
Right.
$15 for the birth certificate, $4 for every extra. So I got that. And for some reason, I said, I'm going to make a copy just in case I misplace this. So I go regularly to the dollar store across the street from the Uptown Post Office. And I made a copy of my birth certificate, and I find, lo and behold, when you make a copy of it, the copy says void, void, void all over. And I said, oh, so this is how you prove the birth certificate. So now that's how it's done. But that's just me knowing it. Or maybe a few other people. That's not majority. Most people didn't know this.
Right.
And so I figure eventually they're going to find out that he don't have a real birth certificate. That was my first thought. That didn't happen. Then I thought, well, I was thinking that was going to happen somehow. It was going to come out. But so far it didn't.
Right.
So I say that Barack Obama got in the White House with a fraudulent birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
and that he should be indicted, and that you need, I hear from a lawyer, that you need a U.S. attorney or a district attorney to get the president indicted.
Right.
But here's what happened to Blagojevich. You know about Blagojevich, don't you?
Yeah.
Our governor, our ex-governor.
Yeah.
Well, here's what happened. These are I picked up one of those red eyes, and they had all the different stages of Blagojevich. This happened. This happened. This happened. This happened to Blagojevich.
Right.
The first thing that happened to him, that got the ball rolling, was U.S. Attorney Patrick Fitzgerald got Rod Blagojevich indicted because he was accused of trying to sell the Senate seat.
Right.
Then I was paying attention. Oh, now that he's indicted. And what happened was U.S. Attorney Patrick Fitzgerald got Rod Blagojevich indicted because he was accused of trying to sell the Senate seat. That's what happened.
Right.
Now he's got to go to court. That's what needs to happen to Barack Obama. Barack Obama needs to get indicted because he's accused of getting in the White House with a fraudulent birth certificate, and I can prove it.
Right.
Because he can't disprove me, and I outprove him. And once the public knows this, then they're going to say, yeah, we want to see your birth certificate from the Bureau of Vital Record that comes on blue paper, the kind that when you make a copy of it, it says void, void, void all over. Also, it's also the same thing with if you go to the currency exchange to get your birth certificate, it comes on blue paper. Different style, but it comes on blue paper. Then when you make a copy of it, the copy says void, void, void all over. That's how you prove the birth certificate. That's what people don't know. I said over 90. Back then, I say over 99.99% of the people didn't know that. Later on, as time went on, it's a little under 99% of people still don't know that. But a lot more people do know it than used to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what's happened.
That brings us to today.
That brings us to today. And what I told you is the sediment of what is going on and what's happened.
And
I was the victim.
Because
I should have been the president, and I should get sued for back pay and damages.
I mean,
if I could get a lawyer to take my case, that's what would happen. Because they can't disprove me. They can't prove me wrong.
Okay.
Another thing, Barack Obama hasn't proved his birth certificate. I say it's based on assumption. His birth certificate is only true based on assumption. They're taking it. They're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Right. So this is, so you're thinking you get on Oprah.
I would tell that on Oprah, but I wonder if I don't know what they'd be wanting to hear now, because she was a Barack Obama fan.
Right, that's why I'm wondering why you were suggesting Oprah.
But I was not even, at first I was into the music, and I never got a reply from her.
Oh, so you had sent her your music back.
I actually sent some to Steve Dahl. I don't know if you ever heard about the guy.
Yeah, I know Steve Dahl.
And he put some of them on the radio. And I sent some of them to the University of Northeastern University. They put some on the radio. They had a little radio station, local one. They
That's
put
cool.
some on there too. So that was very interesting to me. So I sent them some to Oprah, but got no reply from her. I got to tell you, my disadvantage, but it's to my advantage too. I got a disadvantage and an advantage at the same time. I don't get on the internet. I'm not one that does that.
Right. There's been a whole lot of investigation into that birth certificate on the internet. You know?
Well, but they don't know what to look for. I do.
Right.
I told you. Here's how I found it. It was a turn of event, and I was born in Chicago. I lived here all my life. I'm a lifelong Chicago resident. At no point in my life did I ever have a resident any other place than the city of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
See how I'm humiliated? Because it was like, I tell people, a lot of people think Obama is from Chicago. And I used to think he was from Hawaii.
Where's he from? Kenya?
I don't know where he's from, but I say he's not from the United States of America because he doesn't have. Here's what happened. I did misplace my birth certificate a couple of years later, in 2010, and I said, I put it actually, I stuck it in the back of my briefcase, and I didn't realize where I put that. Found it later. I got to go back and get another birth certificate. So I went down to the Bureau of Vital Records, and I said, I want to get my birth certificate. For some reason, I said, I want it on white paper. And they tried to correct me on something. I said, I want it on white paper. So they gave it to me on white paper. And I went down to the copy machine across the street from the Uptown Post Office at the dollar store, and it didn't say void, void, void all over when I made a copy of it. And I said, this is not consistent. I got to go back there and tell them about this.
You want to make a left at the
Right here?
stoplight. At the stoplight. Left.
Left,
Yeah.
So, so I went back there and I told them when I was here in 2008, and I went to the copy machine and made a copy of it. The copy said void, void, void all over. This one doesn't do that. And the man that was there, that worked there, said, yes, we recommend that you get your birth certificate on blue paper because they can cheat with the white paper. And that made sense to me. Yeah, with the white paper, anybody could put some white out there and type their name in there. And if you didn't know about the indentation, or the white one came with an indentation, so you could pass, or it doesn't have the ability that when you make a copy of it, it says void, void, void all over it as a way of proving birth certificate.
But are you sure that Hawaii at the top?
Yeah, I know they're gonna say, but I know Illinois has got blue papers and now Hawaii doesn't have blue paper. I say blue paper is universal when it comes to the Bureau of Vital Records and or from the currency exchange. If you order your birth certificate from the Bureau of Vital Records and or from a currency exchange, it will come on blue paper.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Because I'm going to say this, had I been with my buddy from Alabama, I'm saying he would have told me the same thing.
Right.
He says, well, if you're from Alabama, no, I don't know about that. Nope, that you might question that. I'm going to say that blue paper is
what you need to do is go out to Hawaii and
I'm not about
to
go to Hawaii and look for his. You know what? I needed two picture IDs to get my own birth certificate.
Right. But couldn't you find somebody?
That they're going to give me somebody else's birth certificate?
No, but couldn't you go out to Hawaii and find somebody from Hawaii, born in Hawaii, that you could go with them and they get their birth certificate? I mean, this sounds like a documentary or something.
It sounds like a documentary because it's good. It would be a good one.
I mean, like you go on a quest to sort of like prove
I'm going to
this
say this.
and become president.
Because the man from the Bureau of Vital Records told me that point blank when I was there, I cannot recognize anything other or higher in that than standard. So therefore, I cannot recognize his birth certificate that he has in the past shown.
Right.
I cannot recognize it. And if you get your own birth certificate, where are you from?
Me, I was born in Evanston.
So get your own birth certificate. It'll be over at the Bureau of Vital Records. Do that as an assignment. And then here's the reason why you do that. You do that, one, because the presidential candidate gave you an assignment to do that. And once you do that, you will have knowledge and logic and go straight.
Keep going straight, yeah.
You will have knowledge and logic, and you'll have the feelings too. For those guys that need the feelings part.
Right.
That this is the real proof. This is the